this time, every Friday and Friday briefing, we get to learn some English pronunciations. Yes. Willice, the word master, of course, is joining us from Kisumu County. Before we get to him, let's listen to Word on the Street.
Excel.
Chelon. Ekelon.
Chelon.
Achalon.
Echelon.
Echelon.
Echelon. Excel.
Never a dull moment on Word on the Street. Let me bring in Willice, the word master, now joining us from Kisumu County. Today we're going to do it a bit differently. He's going to handle everything right from Kisumu County. Willice, over to you. Take it away. Let's learn.
Betty, well, thank you so much. In the first place, I really loved the way you've had, a very busy day at that place that is in Eldoret, and, that being the World of Champions. In fact, now that I've also seen you or listened to you, talking to Korir, and that is Julius Yego, I just loved it. I just felt that Kenya is going to do wonders because we have no-nonsense athletes. But straight now to the word on the street. Many people have said echelon, and all that. But this word, the digraph CH, dear viewers, takes the sound sh. So you say echelon, not echelon, not echelon. And due to, technical circumstances, I have just to take you through what we have for tonight as Betty waits for me to take you through the words that we've gathered from you, our dear viewers. Now, we have the first word that has come from Fatuma Abdi of Mombasa. Fatuma Abdi of Mombasa. This word, and our dear viewers, we say reiterate, not reiterate, reiterate, and all that. Reiterate. That is to say something again or to repeat something. Remember, you don't say repeat again. That would be, redundancy for that matter. So Fatuma Abdi and our dear viewers, we say reiterate. Now, the next word, A-W-E, you say awful, or you say also awesome. Don't say awe. That is what our eyes see, but the pronunciation of that word is o, just like the long vowel sound o. A-W-E is o. Then we have the word that many people may find to be a bit tricky, and that is normally a formal word for a conversation. When you have this word, many people would say colloquy, colloquy, and all that. Not colloquy, not colloquy. Now, from Betha, there's a lady here by the name Betha. You are from Garissa. I don't know whether it's Garissa or Nairobi or the part of Eastleigh, but Betha, you say colloquy. That is the word for a conversation. Our dear viewers, I believe you are also benefiting, or you are also having a chance now to know how to pronounce such words. Tricky English words. Colloquy, not colloquy. Remember, we also have soliloquy, not soliloquy. You don't say that. Now, Anthony Kipyegon and Lydia Nyaboke, aka Delta, wanted also to know how we pronounce this word. Don't say DSL. DSL is the spelling, that is what our eyes see, but the correct or acceptable pronunciation of this word is diesel. Diesel. Don't say DSL. You say diesel. Diesel. You can also say diesel, but as I've said already, please avoid saying DSL. So Anthony Kipyegon and Lydia Nyaboke and our viewers, I believe something good for you from KTN as usual. Now, the next word is from Dr. Patrick of Nakuru. Dr. Patrick has asked whether we say represent or represent. We don't say represent, we don't say represent. That is common locally, but the correct pronunciation of this word is represent. To represent somebody in court, to represent somebody in an event. So we don't say represent, we don't say represent. You say represent, represent. I hope we've gotten that one correctly. Now, we have what we call a contraction. Contraction or short form of does not. Does not. Many people say doesn't, which we should avoid in careers of serious communication. Don't say doesn't you. Don't say doesn't so and so. Don't say that. Even doesn't you is very wrong. So please, the pronunciation in this case is doesn't. Doesn't. Doesn't he like this? And remember, it's used with the third person singular. Don't say doesn't you. That is wrong. Do you? Correct. That is when we are talking about grammar. But the pronunciation of this word is doesn't. Doesn't. Don't say doesn't. And please also don't say hasn't. We say hasn't. Hasn't. Wasn't. Wasn't. Not wasn't. You appointed as this and that. Now, a tricky word. We have rapporteur. Rapporteur. In fact, this one also is from Robert Manani. I believe the first choice man, Robert Manani. You say rapporteur. Rapporteur. Avoid rapporteur. Then now over to our feedback question. The feedback question is from Dave Mutua Kilonzo of Makueni. Dave Mutua Kilonzo of Makueni, the word you've sent is desert. That is an area with little water and few plants. Desert. Sahara Desert. Don't say Sahara Desert. You may think that that one sounds great or unique, but it's inaccurate in terms of the pronunciation of the noun desert, Sahara Desert. But remember, the same word can be used as a verb. To leave or abandon a place. To abandon a building, don't say to desert a building. No. You now say desert. To desert a building. Remember, pudding has double S. D-E-S-S-E-R-T. For pudding, you also say desert, just like the verb of this word. Now, we come to the surprise word for tonight. And this is where I know many people would wonder, do we really say what Willice is saying? Well, just a second. Can you say this word wherever you are? Maybe at home or wherever you are watching KTN tonight. Can you say or try this word? I'm giving you just a second. Fine. If you said brochure, you are wrong. If you said brochure, you are wrong. The sound ch is not used in this word. You say brochure, brochure. And you also say brochure. Sure or sha. Brochure or brochure. So if you've been saying brochure, please avoid it, especially when it comes to careers of serious communication. Then, dear viewers, have you heard people talking of next of kin? The next of kin. Now, K-I-N, we say kin, not keen. Keen is K-E-E-N. Now, I ask you about that, or I tell you about that because I have for you skin and skin. You must have heard people talking of my skin, skin tonic, skin, which is wrong. Skin, that is S-K-I-N, has the short or pure vowel sound E, just like in hit or pin. So don't say my skin, because we don't have skin in English or in the English vocabulary. That is like you're talking of S-K-E-E-N, which is not existing in English. So please say my skin and say next of kin, not next of keen. Keen, K-E-E-N, kin, K-I-N. Otherwise, you're watching KTN, and this is about pronunciations, that is accurate or acceptable pronunciations. I'm Willice Ochieng. You can also reach me on Twitter, that is at Willice Ochieng1. If not, don't miss KTN every Friday. Back to Betty in Eldoret, the home of champions.
All right, so Willice, the word master there, thank you so much for tonight's lesson. I think Charles Lokong should see you for some lessons. You know, he starts every sentence with in the coming, in the going, in the what's your name, in the doing this, in the doing that. So thank you so much, Willice, the word master there, joining us from Kisumu County. Remember, you can always catch him right here on Friday Briefing or on Twitter at Willice Ochieng1. Right, so that's it for Mind Your Language, but Sports News is coming up shortly, but also we still have Charles Lokong is going to be joining us before we wind up, so keep it here, keep it here.